If I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's go. Thank you very much. Welcome, ladies and gents, back to the Peti Kish on Live. I'm back with topics of the week. It's been a crazy week, guys. I usually do this on a Friday like I always do, but for today, I'm very busy tomorrow, so I did a really quick update to let you guys know I'm doing it right now at this moment. So on a Thursday, we're doing it. We have a lot to go through, guys, and this is going to be an interesting little, not even little, but like it's going to be an interesting conversation in general because there is some topics here that might be a bit on the disturbing side of what the internet has been doing recently with the controversy, if you even want to make it a controversy, because I see it everywhere in my feed, with Pragmata, the new Capcom game, the new sci-fi platformer puzzle shooting game. It's a new IP, Pragmata. We've talked about on this channel a couple of times already, but I did touch on it a little bit last Friday, but I think I want to do a bigger subject with Pragmata itself, just to see what's happening, because it is weird and kind of disturbing how, let's just say, I would say, dumb the internet has been, and why, the internet itself can't be taken too seriously. And this is why, people that go on the internet, there's meme culture, there's, people throwing shade, drama all the time, this and that, whatever. But to be this disrespectful, I straight up think it's rage bait. There has to be rage bait here because this is not normal what is happening with the internet right now with this game with Pragmata. It feels like people are self-reporting themselves into this game, which is not good. We're not talking about how a game feels, how it plays, how it looks, how if is it fun? No, we're not talking about this, which should be the conversation, and that's it. Like, is this a good game? Is it not a good game? That's it. And then see the positives and the negatives. That's what we do. But apparently now we have to get into this weird aspect. I don't even know if it's even a culture war thing. It's just really annoying. So I want to bring it up just a bit on here. I know people are getting sick and tired of it, but I want to give you my own thing about it and what I've found about this conversation with this controversy, if you want to even say controversy, because I feel like there's nothing to be controversy about it. It's just weird and disgusting in general. So we're going to go through that. As well, we're going to go through new things with Street Fighter 6 because just yesterday they released a new trailer for Ingrid. So we're going to check out Ingrid that for the last season fighter. And then we've got leaks that have just appeared recently. When I looked into it, I personally thought this was fake. We covered leaks on this channel itself. We cover them sometimes. I always say take them with a grain of salt, and we should be taking a lot of things with a grain of salt. I'm just saying. But it feels like this might be actually true, and we're going to go into the Season 4 leaks for Street Fighter 6 because it is insane if this is true, what's happening here, because it could be fake. It could be faked. It could be Capcom just putting out an idea and people see the reaction of it. Could be that. Or it could be anything else in between that it actually got leaked and it's like, oh, shit. We will find out. But we're going to talk about that as well. And many other things in between with smaller topics here and there. But before we go do anything, guys, if you enjoy what I do here with entertaining, we talk about pulp culture, gaming, movies, TV shows, all sorts of things like that, using common sense, critical thinking, all sorts of things here for everyone to check out. We could have a conversation, talk about things, everything on here. I enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, please leave a like and sub if you're new here. I appreciate it. It really helps the channel and all sorts of things on here like that. It really does. I would definitely be very happy if you can even do that. Liking is appreciated and subbing is even better because you guys, if you like this content I give you, you can get even more of it coming through if you sub. So there you go. All that is said. Now let's get into the smaller topics and bigger topics. I feel like, just a moment, guys. I'm thirsty right now. I've been drinking my coffee here, and it's right next to me. And I'm getting thirsty, so I have water here too. So, yeah, people are like, oh, you're drinking coffee during the stream? Oh, that's not good. You're going to have to go and take the shits, right? It's like, bruh, it's fine. Actually, coffee doesn't make me go to the bathroom, really, to be honest. It really doesn't, but it is what it is.
Huh?
No! Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So, it's random days. So, okay. What's going to happen is, let's start with, so I didn't know I'm going to be streaming today. I thought I was going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm working on a little side thing right now on the background. And I want to show you a little bit because I'm working on the video itself. Well, the video is pretty much, some of it's done. I just need to edit it. Sorry, guys. So I've been wanting to do more indie game showcasing, like different games that might interest people of the week. So I'm going to start this new, on the stream itself, this category for indie games of the week kind of deal, because I want to support a lot of indie games that actually look legit good, and you probably never heard of them. So this is pretty much showing. I'm not sponsored or anything by these by the devs or anything. I just want to show off games that people might have never heard of, indie games that look kind of interesting and could be appealing to a lot of people. So I started doing it myself. It should be done soon. I'm doing a little teaser thing for it, like a little starter thing for this section of the live stream. And this is pretty much the logo for it, Indie Games of the Week. And that's the logo for it, guys. You know. So this is going to be movable. All of this is going to move. There's going to be a little part showing you a lot of indie games going through and music playing in the background and everything. Just like like a minute long kind of intro, or like a second long, like a couple of seconds of the indie games of the week, voiceover, everything. We're going to be doing that. So I'm just going to go into the indie games of the week because there is, I think 3 we have to show off today. So we're going to show off a couple of them here, guys. Just want to, well, curtains are opening again. Nice. All right. I got to turn that off. But yeah, we're going to be showing that off. So I guess we're doing indie games of the week first, because since I've been talking about that, let me show you what I have and what I found recently that could be interesting for you guys to check out. All right. Let's see. All right. Here we go. All right. Indie game of the week. First one, guys. This is by Baller Games. Introducing Chuck. I might have butchered this. Chaka Labs. Chow Labs. All right. This Kaito-based studio has been all about crafting games bursting with charm since their inception in 2020. And we're so excited for their next title. Wild Blue Skies, this is the name of the game. Wild Blue Skies is reimagines the classic Unreal adventure of your childhood, and it's coming to PC. So it's pretty much Star Fox. If you like Star Fox, this is what it is. Childhood Labs builds and this decades of experience with roots reaching back to VITL. I don't know what that is. A studio that's been creating games since 2002 and has worked closely with Nintendo. This team have developed 5 titles to date, but they're taking to the skies with their most ambitious adventure yet, coming later this year. So we're going to show a little bit of this gameplay, what this game's all about. So let's see. All right. So yeah, if you like Star Fox, this would be a nice implementation. If you want to play a Star Fox game, this will be coming out. Again, I'm not sponsored by this, but I wanted to show you guys because I tried out the demo and I thought it was pretty good. I like the demo. It feels like Star Fox, the N64 Star Fox. A little bit more heavy, and some of the button layouts a little bit more interesting than Star Fox. I don't know why, but it is a fun game. I probably just have to get used to it. I beat the demo. It's very short. You can download it on Steam and check it out for yourselves. But we're going to watch this trailer real quick. Looks so good. That's the so much style to it. Yeah, it has so much style to it. I love the designs of it. It looks so good. With wild blue skies, it kind of gives me this font. Kind of gives me like the Windjammers. If you ever play that game, it's like a Pong with discs. Was it like a frisbee game? It reminds me of that. So demo available. Definitely check this out, guys. It's pretty good. You would be surprised how good it is. It feels like a predecessor to Star Fox. Instead of a fox, we got a German Shepherd, and we have other animals too. We have like a kangaroo, an ox, and like some sort of dino, mini dino. But it looks good. Looks good, and it's fun to play. It's really good. It feels more heavy than, I'm gonna put this down. It feels a little bit more heavy than Star Fox. I think Star Fox is a little bit more lighter, more tighter. This one feels a little different, but it still feels like Star Fox. You know, a lot of the things in there. So if you enjoy Star Fox, I would highly recommend checking this out. If Nintendo makes a new Star Fox game, which, you know, we heard rumors about, this could be a nice one before waiting for Star Fox. Or, you know, if Star Fox comes out, cool. If you're wanting more of that kind of gameplay, you get this game, Wild Blue Skies. So, looks cool and interesting as well. So, there you go. Demo was pretty good for that one. We got more, though. We got more. Don't worry. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause everything's gonna be all right. So, check this out. So this game I can't get enough of. I played the demo. I played it for, I don't know how long. It was like a whole day almost. I played it. I was just modifying it, trying it out. This demo was so insane. I did not know about this game until I saw a post online, and people are going crazy for this game because it's coming out really soon. I think it's coming out May 5th. And it's by Cool Indie Games, I guess. Or no, this is not by Cool Indie Games. I could be wrong. It's made by someone else. I don't think it, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's not. No, I think it's made by someone else. But it's called, it's called Dead as Disco. That's what it's called. Dead as Disco. Definitely check it out. There's a demo right now. It's coming out, I think, early access May 5th. So this game, it's like if you had the Batman Arkham games fused with Sifu and Hi-Fi Rush, you would get this game. This is like if they had a kid, this would be the kid. This would be the baby. So it's so stylized. It's so cool. It's retro feeling. You know me, guys. I love my 80s synthwave retro style games. And this is definitely one of those games. I was just playing it. I just couldn't stop playing. It's like, this might be game of the year for me. If a contender for game of the year. That's how much I liked the demo. That's how fun it was, you know? And then they just modified it even more and made it more crazy. So these indie devs made a beat 'em up with where every punch and kick syncs whatever song is playing. Yes. So it punches and kicks and crazy movement is synced up with the beat of the music that you're playing with. You can make custom music in there. So you just download whatever music you have on your PC and you just put it in the game. And then you just sync it up with the beat. It's so good. I was like, damn, this is so unique and so different. I love it. Fight to your own music library in real time. Battle your former bandmates on neon drenched bosses. 98% positive reviews on Steam. Dead as Disco. Does this look cool? Well, yes, it definitely looks cool. Hopefully there's no copyright. We're going to watch the trailer for it. This is the recent trailer for it. And it's coming out May 5th. I can't wait for this. It's going to be early access. There will be also multiplayer in this. High scores that you can have with others. And they're supporting the modding community. So that's also a plus too. And it's awesome to see this. I highly recommend checking out the demo for this game. So let's check it out. Hopefully there's no copyright. If it is, I'm going to have to cut some snippets out. But here we go. Boss fight. Dude, it looks so good. Like I said, hopefully it doesn't get copyright. I'm gonna have to like cut stuff out, but this game is awesome. If you like rhythm games with high, crazy fighting style like Sifu or Batman Arkham with Hi-Fi Rush beat fighting, dude, this is so unique and so awesome. I'm telling you, it's definitely up there as one of the most unique games I've seen in a while. And the limitations of it is endless. Because you could just keep on, if they don't have any music for themselves to use, you can make your own music with this and just do your own beats. Like, it's so awesome. I've been testing it, trying it out, modding it like crazy. It's hilarious and awesome to see. Yeah, I just can't wait for this one. So I highly recommend this one, guys. It's a banger. It's a bang. And then again, I'm not sponsored by them. So there you go. All right. We got one more here. Let's see. We got one more here, guys. One more indie game of the week. We got one more here, guys. All right. If you guys are fans of Bully or sort of like a Grand Theft Auto style game, well, here we go. I think this is by Prep Games. Agefield High Rock the School. So that's the name of the game. Agefield High Rock the School. And the nostalgia is through the roof. Agefield High Rock the School is currently coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S this year. Check out the new gameplay trailer and don't forget to add the game on your wish list. I already did. So we're going to check it out. Hopefully no copyright again. Here you go. This is Agefield. I forget the name of it. I already forgot. It's Agefield High Rock the School. So if you like Bully, this would be up your alley, guys.
Welcome to Agefield High.
Also 2000s vibe. So again, awesome. I remember the 2000s being like this. I really do. And it's pretty hilarious. So this is like early 2000s, like 2002, 2004 or something.
Rock the School, a coming-of-age adventure game about friendship, love, and maybe a little rebellion, inspired by the raunchy teen comedies of the early 2000s. You play as Sam, who just moved to Agefield with his nagging mom and annoying sister.
Good college, great job, happy family.
I don't want a fucking job. I want a man with money.
At Agefield High, join forces with Kale and Axel, and together try...
Yeah, it still looks like there's like a lot of the animations are fine. It's just when they're talking, they looks kind of weird. But I feel like it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a little like derped, I would say, and it's a little like those old PS2 games kind of style to it. Like it has, I guess, that charm to it. It's not because I think, oh, limitations. It could be, but it feels like they're just doing aesthetic like this, like that old style bully. I'm guessing. So it's like it's kind of weird how they talk and everything, like the animations for it when they look up close and you're talking to the people or the kids around, you know?
To pull off their rock the school plan to become the biggest legends the school's ever seen.
And most importantly, get the girl and rock the prom.
But on weekdays, you have to be in school till the afternoon. Yeah, Agefield High features a complex time and school system with different lesson types like English, math, geography, German, and music.
I'm just not used to country life yet.
Do you think we're some kind of dumb hillbillies or rednecks?
Students arrive.
Oh my gosh. So if you guys are getting ready for GTA 6, I would highly recommend this game. I think this is coming out this summer. So I highly recommend maybe checking this out if you're itching for some sort of like GTA style game.
By bus in the morning and follow their daily routine. You can skip class, but then you'll have to hide from the authorities.
It could
in
be
town,
bad.
or just cause chaos.
It could be bad, but it just looks stupid and dumb fun. So I'm all up for that, you know, kind of style.
Hey, he's stealing my liquor.
The story missions become available after school where Kale, Axel, and Sam work on their dream to leave their marks as legends. From awkward attempts at impressing girls,
I can show you that I am a real man.
fighting dickhead jocks,
Not in my town.
and even Satanists, leading to the big question.
I am the hottest girl at school.
Which girl do you ask to prom?
So a little rogue, a little blondie. I'd probably go with the rogue. Not gonna lie, the rogue one with the little silver hair there. I'd probably pick that than the blondie.
High features 32 main missions and 15 mini missions capturing the ridiculousness of early 2000s teen
Are
comedy.
you having your happy time?
The open world of Agefield is free to explore, featuring the school campus, neighborhoods, town center, and countryside.
Oh shit!
After Sam's parents
Don't tip the cows, bruh.
split and his mom struggles to make ends meet, with no car of his own, he has to navigate Agefield solo. So you might want to check out Mike's bike shop and get some wheels. Don't forget some new fresh clothes and maybe even a tattoo. Just don't tell mom.
Did you get into a fight?
Complete some mini missions to make bank on the side.
We have to buy a Play With magazine so I can sell the pictures in it to my friends 10 times the original price.
Don't let your guard down around town or even the countryside. The jocks could be anywhere. Sam isn't a bully, but he knows how to crack a few skulls. He can throw some punches, deal some leg kicks, and shove them to break their defense. Don't forget to block.
And the graffiti just appeared there by itself, or what?
And keep an eye out for collectibles. Agefield is soaked in a pop-punk soundtrack, vibrant colors, and a springtime setting, hiding the negativity of all the soulless adults in town.
I can't be the father.
Return to the early 2000s and experience the rebellious energy of Agefield High. Rock the school.
Damn, dude, this game looks fun. This game does look fun. I will be definitely checking it out. Coming in 2026. I heard it's coming out soon, so 2002. Okay, so this is during 2002. Definitely feels like that. It feels like an age. If you remember those movies, the American Pie movies, it reminds me of that a little bit. So, yeah, definitely that vibe with this game. Doesn't have a demo yet. But I am interested if they will have one. If not, there's a game maybe I'll just pick up and play to see how it plays, you know? I'll let you guys know about that. But looks awesome. Again, this is another one that looks interesting and fun to see, but I don't know if it will be fun to play. We'll find out and see with this one. But yeah, that is it for Indie Games of the Week. That's pretty much it, guys. A lot was there to show. Wish list all those games on your Steam or wherever you want to on your console. Wish list all of them. You're gonna be happy that you are going to play those games, more cheaper games, and you support indies as well. New, inspiring, new visions of people trying something new. Not always you get the AAA or even sometimes AA. AA, I could put also double A's on there if I wanted. But if you wanted to see, we've been talking about for weeks now, or a week now has passed away, and we're going to check out what is up with Windrose, Mouse PI for Hire, and Pragmata, because those were the big ones that were coming out last week. So pretty much a week has passed now, around almost there. And let's see the SteamDB charts for how they're doing. So again, Mouse PI came out, and it feels like, from what I'm seeing here with these, what is it called? Charts, that it did okay, but it's very overwhelming of people actually trying this out, which is very awkward because this game is so unique and so different. Again, this is an indie game, and it has a 91.92% score, really positive. And there's only 6,018 people right now on it. An all-time peak, 13,755. So, I feel like this is going to be one of those games. I knew I wanted this game to do good. I wanted it to be. But I feel like this game is going to be a game that's going to be more popular over time. I feel like it's going to need some time to cook, I would say. And it's going to be like Hollow Knight. When Hollow Knight came out, it didn't do so hot chart-wise. But because over the years, how popular it got, how people tried it out, it became a game that like almost everyone in the library had Hollow Knight in some sort of way. And then the sequel, the Silk Song one, even did better. So I'm telling you, this is that kind of game where it's going to do like crazy numbers in the long run. But right now at the moment, it did not. So I knew Mouse PI wouldn't be that game. Now, Pragmata, the AAA game from Capcom, because Capcom has been literally hitting it out of the park over and over, doing really well. And it's a 94.79% positive. And right now there's 28,207 and all-time peak 68,687, which is very good for a new IP. Again, I thought this was going to be a niche game. Straight up, it feels like an old PS2 game style. I like that style. I played the demo of this game. I loved it. I thought it was really good. Now, I'm going to wait for this to go maybe on a sale or something. But I did like this game when I played it. And I was like, I definitely want to pick this up one of these days. But it just boosted it to the atmosphere where it got super popular. Could be because of the controversy, the dumbass controversy. Could have been that. And everyone's just buying it for that reason. Could be. Just like they did for Hogwarts Legacy with the Harry Potter thing, which was probably one of the dumbest things that have happened in video game history, I would say, just in general. So dumb. I think this might be on the level of dumb stupidity that's going on right now with people with these horrible takes going on. But I don't know. This might be the next level of dumbness that Hogwarts Legacy had. Now, this one is the next level. It could be. But besides all that, the game itself is doing really well, and it's even outbeating score-wise Expedition 33, which is insane. So this game is doing really well and can be contender for Game of the Year because it's so different and unique while also being similar to those old PS2 games, but just the gameplay mechanic itself. It's like you watch it, you really don't really understand really how it is. It's better to play it in your hand than just show it. Showing it, yeah, you can like it and all, but I feel like playing it is the better feeling of it. Because what I feel like most people are saying, it's hard to explain, but it's very enjoyable to play, kind of game. So, yeah. So this $60, $50 game, it's not 70 or 80, which, thank goodness. This new IP did so well that, it sold like, 1 million copies in 2 days. So it's insane. It did really well in general. And we'll get into more Pragmata. So this is probably second best. But we already knew, Windrose is going to do crazy numbers. Because, again, this is as well as an indie game. And this is 85.67%. But look how big the player count is right now. 135,234. An all-time peak, 222,134. This is doing crazy numbers. Again, a pirate survival game, crafting and all that, is doing really well. So, again, this is a game that streamers and a lot of people are playing. But what do you see in common that you don't see with many other games that flop or do really bad? These are not live service games. You see, these are not live service games.
Oh my God!
These are all single player experiences. So, when I hear people, High Guard, Marathon, Concord, all these games that flopped because it's because there's no following for them or anything. Yeah, there isn't, because the market of live service game is so big now that you cannot just make a new live service game and think it's going to be popular out of the start. You're going to have to build that up over the years. So it's going to be a slow process. For these single-player games, it's a pickup, you play, and you see if you like it or not. Again, this game is also co-op, so you can play with others. And I don't know if there's any multiplayer aspect to it. It might. But it's kind of like Valheim, where it's just a single-player experience, co-op experience with friends. Very cool. Pragmata, a single-player game experience with some story-driven too. Same with Mouse PI, a single-player story experience. Again, they're doing really great numbers here. And then we have like Marathon that's not doing so well. Sony's losing money with Marathon. And I know the Bungie shells are like, oh my God. Like, bruh, Marathon's not the game. I'm just saying. There's better indie games that are extraction shooters out here doing crazy games than Marathon is. Just straight up. Let's be honest. But it is doing really well. So, Windrose, right here. This is by Pirate Nation. Windrose has sold 1 million copies on Steam in just 6 days. The game also reached a peak of over 200,000 players online at the same time. The developers thanked the community for its amazing support. They said the response has been astonishing. Hell yeah, love to see it, guys. Another indie game. Again, indie games are doing crazy right here. They're doing the heavy lifting for a lot of these AAA games. There are completely just overwhelmingly a lot of filler, a lot of things to do, but it doesn't feel you don't feel accomplished doing them. They're just there. They're just like, it feels like almost like a job, to be honest. But this, again, if people are into that crafting kind of simulation and survival style with the pirate element to it, go ahead. This game is, I don't think really for me, it could be fun with friends. I'm not saying I could enjoy it, but I feel like it would be a little harder for me to pick up right now at this moment. Maybe down the line, maybe I would check it out, but I don't know. I feel like I already have Sea of Thieves and different games that I'm playing that are pirate-esque, but I could be wrong. Maybe if I really, really want to play a pirate game, I'll check this out for sure. Windrose, so it's 1 million copies on Steam just in 6 days. That's insane. So I bet you they made their money back and more And you love to see it that this is happening with these games. So again, Windrose is the winner. Not shocked at all that Windrose beat a lot of them out. So congratulations. Windrose is the winner. Not surprised at all. And then we got Pragmata second place, and then we got Mouse PI for third. And that's why here's even this from Pragmata themselves on their X or Twitter/X. Hugh, I heard more than 1 million people got our games. Hey, do you think we're famous on Earth now? Pragmata has sold more than 1 million copies globally. Thank you to everyone for the support so far. Now, I did not think this game will be doing that great. I thought it would do well, and even Capcom, they said, I read it somewhere, that they are actually surprised how well this game did. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to be all right. It's going to do well. You know, it's fine. But they're like, they didn't expect how big it would actually do. So they're surprised. This is bigger numbers than they expected. So you love to see it. You know, your expectations are super low. And then, you know, all the postponing they had to do, they had to, this was in developer hell, I guess. And they had to work on this game, tweak this game. And it would never come out. It was just, I don't know how many years, like, passed by. I'm like, this game's never coming out. And I'm like, I'm not interested in this game until, like, you know, more things, people played it, you know, different demos, and then I played it, and I'm like, okay, now I understand this game is actually fun. This game is really good. So now I understand why people got excited for Pragmata. And it's a new IP, which is very rare for a AAA game, new IP coming in and doing so well. That is almost unheard of in today's gaming sphere industry. They usually have to have an existing IP to make crazy money, but no, Capcom took the risk, and they took a while for this game. Probably the mechanics of the hacking and shooting and dodging and all that. It's very difficult to contribute two things. And they're like, well, we'll see how this works. We'll put it out there, see if there's anyone interested in this. There was an interest for it, I guess, because people, I'm like saying, it doesn't matter really if how much the game costs, I guess. It just needs the time and effort to feel like something different, but also feel unique and artistically unique, obviously, because it has a different art style. It's a sci-fi setting. You know, it kind of gives me that one game Capcom did back in the day called Remember Me that kind of didn't do so hot. I never played it, but I did see it from far away, and it kind of gave me that vibe. That was more like a Matrix vibe, cyberpunk too. But this one's more of like a sci-fi aspect to it too. So good to see that Pragmata is doing well. And all the haters out there that are hating this game, get screwed. Get screwed by all the haters that are saying that this is a bad game. You should be ashamed for playing this game. Yeah. So, get fucked. So, yeah. I'm just looking at these tweets people are posting for this game. Because you're going to have one or two weirdos in there telling you how bad it's doing, right? But Capcom's not done. They're like, Capcom USA, we're not done with 2026 yet. Resident Evil Requiem, Monster Hunter Stories 3, Pragmata, and I have some problems with Capcom sometimes. I have also criticism with them where I have problems with them generally, especially their localization department. I have a problem with that. But everything else, they need to just appeal to, you know, to their Japanese audience, but also that will appeal people to their own games kind of deal. But I could see, yeah, they're trying to do a broader audience. Like we said, lot of people have a lot of stock in Capcom. So, yeah, awesome to see with that too, with what they're doing with Capcom. We'll come back to Capcom in a sec. With what's his name? With Pragmata. Okay. Let's see real quick here, guys, what we got here. How we doing with time? We're doing okay. Real quick one here, guys, again. We have some stuff with Star Wars because May the 5th, or May the 4th, my bad. May the 4th is coming up, Star Wars event. It's coming up. And this is by Geeks and Gamers. And Oscar Isaac, who is Poe Dameron, confirmed somehow Palpatine Returned line was a reshoot, and that might make it even worse. Yikes. That was a reshoot? Yikes.
Holy shit.
Is there a clip of him? Oh, here it is. There's a clip of him talking about it. Let's check it out.
That was great. Now, don't get mad at me, but the
There we go. I don't know if I lowered it, the volume. I'll put it up. I'll put it up for you guys.
Somehow Palpatine Returned line. It follows you. It's on the interweb. It's out there. Wait, do you remember reading that line and being like, that does a lot. That line is saying a lot. That's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, those were reshoots.
Oh.
We had to do reshoots. Yeah, because when I look at it, I'm like, oh, the wig's pretty good. You know, like I think I'd cut my hair already and had come in. Yeah, man, those are like those surgical strikes where you like come in and
trying to make a sense of it.
They're like scrambling, trying to get everything going. You know, and I think that had been. Yeah, that was obviously like a new addition
right
at the end. You know, so there was a lot of movement and flux throughout that whole thing. But had you asked me if at that moment I thought that was going to be one,
I never know what your legacy's going to be.
Yeah. But
dancing in Ex Machina and somehow Palpatine Returned.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, I committed to the exasperation, that's for sure.
You did. Now I did pin you. I did.
So yeah, he's like, well, yeah, I had to do it because I'm an actor, you know, this part. But it was just reshoots. It was fluctuating, so it was all over the place. This movie, Rise of Skywalker, was all over the place, and you can tell it really was. Now, did I hate it? Not really, but I did not like the movie. Again, I did not like any of the sequels, to be honest. Rise of Skywalker was a little bit different, felt like more of an adventure story, which I appreciate, I guess, that by itself. So I guess it was, the better one. But Force Awakens was just a rehash of 4. Star Wars A New Hope. And then, was it Return of the Jedi? Last Jedi was just trash. I did not like Last Jedi. A lot of people I talked to did not like Last Jedi either. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Rise of Skywalker had some interesting elements to it, but it was a shit show of a plot wise. It was just shit show. It was fun for just an adventure kind of story, but it was bad. But yeah, this meme, I have the meme too. Somehow Palpatine Returned is just literally just written there as it has no input to it. It has no source to it. It's just a meh kind of thing. It's like no story development, no anything to feel that Palpatine, yeah, he's returned or something, but how do they know he has returned? Like there's a lot of elements that just feels like it was put there just to be put there, and there's no context to it, kind of deal. You know, it just felt weird. When I heard this, I think I was watching it with my brother at the time. We were watching this in the movie theater, and we were like, you know, Poe said this. We're like, oh, Palpatine, and he's getting his army and stuff, and then we're like, And then Poe says, somehow Palpatine returned. We looked at each other and we're like, okay, that's kind of weird. That line just felt weird. And it's been memed to. It was memed to. It's a meme now. It's not like a good meme where, you know, like other Star Wars like have their memes. This is just pretty much a bad meme, and that's what it is now. So I don't blame Oscar Isaac. He's a great actor, but yeah, you could just poke fun of this and laugh at it and be like, yeah, I did reshoots. At the time, I was like, yeah, I'm an actor. I have to do what I have to do. Would I be okay with it? I'd probably say, you know, I got to do what I have to do. Like, he didn't say it like he would be like, oh, this sounds dumb. And it probably foreshadowing it might have been pretty, like, it just doesn't feel good. But he didn't make a big deal about it. He felt very neutral about the situation. And I guess that's okay. But a lot of people know that this is a dumb quote. And it's meme to the heck. So there you go. Star Wars doesn't surprise me. Disney Star Wars doesn't surprise me even one bit. Even more now. But we got more Hollywood stuff. We have Hollywood critics destroying Michael Jackson biopic, but audience reviews will decide film's fate. It's by Geeks and Gamer. So the Michael movie coming out, I think, this week. I think tomorrow, actually, is coming out. I'm very interested to see what it's going to be doing because I want to see it personally. I want to watch it. I think the music and everything for it could be very cool and fun, but I don't know how they're going to adapt Michael in this story, you know, kind of deal. Because I remember watching Bohemian Rhapsody, and there were things in there. The music stuff's cool. Some of the things about Freddie Mercury was cool. And then the gay shit came in, and I was like, they could have toned it a little bit down. It was kind of weird and awkward. Which we know, you know, he came out of the closet and everything, but like they pushed it too much and it felt really awkward. And then when he's like out of nowhere, he tells his bandmates, he's like, I got AIDS. And I was like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? It was so random. I was like, that part was kind of dumb. But besides that, like the performance of Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury was really good. It was really good. The music was good. Everything felt good with that music-wise. But the early wave of Michael reviews is in. And if you're looking for the critic side of the ledger, it's bloodbath. Because you know why? The critics, because of Michael's perspective, the media crushing his legacy for the accusations that he did, they're still going with this narrative that he's a bad person, you know? And I don't think Michael in general did any of that stuff, because a lot of those people that came forward later who did say what Michael did to them or what happened, it was all a complete lie. So a lot of it is all paid, and there's a lot of shills going on with Michael. And, you know, a lot of it is disingenuous, and it was just a prop piece to make Michael look bad most of the time. Now, did he do things? I don't know, because it wasn't really given that it actually did happen. So a lot of it could have been just faked. A lot of things could have been faked, you know? I don't know. That's what I think, but I don't think Michael did anything. I think he was actually a pretty good person, and he loved music and everything. I don't think a lot of things that people say about Michael, like how bad he was and everything, I don't believe it fully. And more people came forward, obviously, and said, yeah, I was paid off. That never happened, this and this. And they just have to make up stories. Biopic director Anthony Furious and concerned at the life of Michael Jackson is getting Tom torn apart by Hollywood critics across the board. But will be learned anything? Critics call it empty, sanitized, and not even a movie. Bruh. 24% rotten? You gotta be joking me with this shit. Review represent a hammer of film being limited. Playlist is search of the story. Frustrating a hollow, sanitized estate. Approved biopic. More tribute than storytelling. Okay. I think this is going to be a two-parter. This is the first part, and then the second part is going to be probably the one that is probably going to be the most upsetting part of Michal's life, probably part 2. This is like the the best part of Michal's life, and then the worst part is going to be part 2, pretty much. Several critics also take issue with the structure, calling it a rushed Wikipedia-style recap of the jumps through major life events, even giving them room to breathe. End result, according to many of these reviews, is the film that looks impressive on the surface but feels emotionally distant and incomplete. Okay. I don't trust critics. I really don't, especially movie critics. So I think the fan reception of this will be higher. And, this is going to make crazy numbers in the box office, I feel like. Just internationally, like, people love Michael Jackson. So this is probably going to be a big name in general, just music, everything. It's going to be an experience, I would say. But, I could be wrong. But we got even Grace Randolph talking about it. Grace Randolph complains that influencers are paid to like everything, but viewers aren't letting her off the hook. What?
Huh?
Wait, is Grace actually... We're going to have to look into this. Is Grace actually being based right now? Grace Randolph? I wouldn't see the day that this would happen. Grace Randolph didn't just comment on a negative reviews surrounding the upcoming Michal biopic. She may have accidentally explained why audiences don't trust early movie buzz from influencers on sites like Rotten Tomatoes anymore. And in doing so, she walked straight into a problem she's been aroused of being a part of for years. While discussing this film's reception, Randolph made a blunt claim about how Hollywood now handles coverage. Rotten Tomatoes has kind of weaponized influencers. I've told you before that this is a Hollywood's attempt to work around critics, she said. Before going even further, influencers are always positive. It's their job to like everything they're paid to like. That's a direct shot at how modern filmmaking works. And here's the thing, she's not wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Shit. Grace Randolph just literally told them that this is actually happening. How many times I've said, I called them the shills. We know about the shills. We know that everyone always says negative review bombing, negative review. I had conversations in real life with friends and people about this. It's like, why are you always looking at the negative of stuff? Why are you not looking at the positives? It's like, dude, I look at both. I like to look at the positives and the negatives, and then I make my own decision after that. What I see and what I want, because sometimes it's better to look at both sides of the argument than just look at the positive. Because if you just look at the positive, most of those positivities are absolutely discredited, some of the criticism that's there. It's just straight up, everything's just good. 10 out of 10 movie, 10 out of 10 game, it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic to the point where it doesn't make no sense at all. It's like there's literally no negative thing about this. Interesting. It's like that's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. So I'm saying there's negative review bombing, yes, but there's also positive review increase fakery going on. And I've said this for years that I like to look at both of the side to see how it works. Yes, there might be negative review bombing, but there are also positives review bombing. That's too much. That's not realistic for what is going on. And then when you see the feedback of the real people that are buying your product or watching your thing or playing your thing, the feedback is completely different than what the critics are showing you. Because they are paid to be positive. They're straight up shills, and that's why no one believes the critics no more. You see a review by someone, you just disavow it, and you're like, okay, let me see what the critics think. Oh, it's a negative review? It must be good. It's always the opposite now. It's so weird, but we have to look at it like that now. It's very rare when something is like the critics and the users enjoy both, which is Pragmata at the moment. People love it and critics love it. But besides the conversation, the controversy, which it's not really controversy, we're going to be getting into later. But let's see, is there a clip of her saying that, warning, this video contains Grace Randolph's voice. Watch out, your own risk. Well. Grace herself. Grace is a character. I think Grace Randolph is starting to, something's starting to click on her side. And she's telling you, well, I think I'm trying to be authentic and real now. And let's go for it. Good. Because that's what people want. They want to feel you authentic and real. But if you keep shilling hard enough about something, people are going to go away. So here we go. Let's see what Grace has to say.
A lot of influencers at both premieres. And I've told you before that this is Hollywood's attempt to work around critics. You know, Rotten Tomatoes has really weaponized critics' reviews, right? Thanks, Bubbles. But influencers, and I don't think this is going to last for very long because influencers are always positive. It's their job to like everything that they're paid to like. You know, they're hired. I mean, they're not always hired, but, you know, they want to keep getting invited back so they can keep posting from these sorts of events, right? Like, it's very short-sighted if an influencer says, oh, this movie sucked, but then they don't get invited to any more premieres. What does that do for content for their social media? So, yeah, not great. You know, not great. But, yeah, it's something that I've seen and a lot of other critics have noticed that a lot of... You know, that's funny, little Milo. I am kind of in both areas. I'm a bit of an influencer, but also a critic. You know, but because I'm a professional critic and I'm part of professional organizations, you know, and, you know, again, at the end of the day, my allegiance is to you because you're the ones who I need to like and watch my videos, right? I can always catch the movie on Thursday night if I have to, you know? I always feel like one of the things I always like to say is I start every day with 0 views. So that to me is like something I'm very keenly aware of. So yeah, but I'm an influencer more like an opinion, whereas, you know, other influencers are people who are living the life or in their defense sometimes have nothing to do with movies, right?
Okay, so Grace literally said the loud thing that a lot of us and a lot of other content creators have been saying for years. Me and other content creators have been saying for years that there are paid people that say positive things. And you have people, even in the gaming industry or the movie, where they get these freebies and in their contract, they can't say anything bad about things, about the game or movie or whatever early access you get. So again, why would you trust this person? Now, if I'm really honest. I'm really honest usually of what I feel or think or say. It's because I like to, if I get sponsored or I get any contract to have early access to show something off on my channel, as a example, I would like to freely talk about the product itself. I like to give my own critical aspect of if I like it or dislike it. If I only have good things to say about it, then you know that was a paid off kind of thing. Now, if I'm more critiquing the aspects of is this good or bad, and if I can actually say that, because some contracts don't, you cannot do that, then you know it might be more authentic, because I actually have a feeling to it to tell you what is good and what is not. And that's why I've said this before, and I hate it. People always say, why are you so negative? Why are you so this and that? And then when I talk about the positives, just like I talked about the indie game showcase, that was positive. I was actually hyped for some of those games. Those games look fun. I liked what they were doing. So that's a bunch of bullshit too. These people are only saying that you're negative is because it doesn't align with their mindset. That's all it is. If your mindset is always everything that you feel is like feels like it's going against it in some way, that means this is negative content. But it's not actually negative content. Maybe when it becomes a little too much, when it's like constantly I've noticed this with a lot of like culture war content creators out there, that they just have one premise and they don't see the other side in any way. So I like to see both of the aisle, and I can understand both. But the thing is, sometimes I just can't with both sides, because they're just all putting out their own, almost like a grift in some way. They're almost grifting in some way, and they're not being really too reasonable about situations, and it becomes very disgenuine, I guess, in some ways. I like to look at both, but I also like to put in my own spin on it, where I can feel like there's a middle ground of this and how it can be fixed in some areas, you know? I've been in the boat myself where I felt like, okay, maybe I got to talk about this, or maybe I'll just stay quiet. You know, there's stuff like that for sure. But there are times I'm like, okay, maybe I got to talk about this, because it sounds like, you know, it's a big topic, you know, everyone's talking about it. Maybe I have to talk about it too, kind of style. But sometimes you don't have to. There are sometimes I didn't talk, like the Hogwarts Legacy backlash stuff. I never talked about that. I didn't give two shits about it. I'm like, this is a dumb take. Same with Pragmata. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but then I'm going to move on, and that's it. I don't give two shits about it, you know, kind of deal. But Grace was doing actually something good for a while, you know. I am happy that she is coming to fruition. She's understanding a bit more. There's like a click in her head finally. She's understanding. She's not attacking anyone. She's not saying, this is bad. She's actually starting to make sense, if that makes sense. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. It's making sense again. So that's good. So yeah. So same with Michal, that's coming out, and now with Grace Randolph saying this, everything sort of makes sense what we've been saying. So there you go, guys. Nothing too new, but also confirming what we've been saying for years. There you go. Okay. This is a quick one too, guys. Milimoto hints Peach's Galaxy movie lore may become canon. This is by Insider Gaming. So, if you watch the Mario Galaxies 2 movie, spoiler alert, Peach is the sister with Rosalina. So Rosalina and Peach are related. So now what Milimoto is saying is this is so good that he might be using it as a lore thing for Super Mario in the future games. So I always thought Rosalina looked very similar to Peach. Just Rosalina looked bigger. She looks like a bigger sister. She's like the bigger sister of Peach. Peach is the youngest. I always thought that. And or not even a sister, almost like a mother. I also thought that Rosalina might have been the mother for Peach or something. That was another one. There's different types of theories out there. Just a heads up, the article will drive deep into some spoilers, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know. I already said it. Shinimoto believes Princess Peach backstory from Super Mario Galaxy movie will stay. So he likes this new lore, this story for Peach, and he might be using it for the games now. Which I said I did not like it, but when I thought about it, I was like, it's fine. They look very similar in general. It's okay. It's not too bad. I just thought she'd be more of a mother to Peach than a sister, but we got a sister. So, you know what? I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me that much. In my review, it's not in the games. That's why I was kind of like upset. It's like, this is just new lore. What is this? We never seen this before. But now since like he's like, it does kind of make sense. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess it does. But it's just at that moment, it didn't make sense for me because it's just like, okay, so we have this new plot, you know. But okay, fine with me. Milimoto talking about that. He likes that. Sure. You know, it doesn't bother me that much, but it wasn't a lore aspect that they were really pushing in the Mario Galaxies games. So, whatever. We got more Naughty Dog stuff, guys. Naughty Dog almost shut down Uncharted 4 because it sucked. What?
Huh?
Okay. Uncharted 4 implement to have sucked and had to be remade. Why? Let's read. Gabriel Bortkant was worked for Monarch Games Inc. for the last 7 years, primarily focusing on technical lighting, game design, and app development. But if we turn back the clock, he worked for Naughty Dog between July 2012 and February 2019. His work included The Last of Us Part 2, Uncharted Lost Legacy, The Last of Us Left Behind DLC, and crucially, Uncharted 4. In an interview with, Kawi Talks, Ben Kaur opened up on, we believe, Uncharted 4 early days of development. Here we go. This is what he said. I remember this one game prototype, and I won't say which one, but there was a project that had been in production for 2.5 years, almost 3, and corporate had said, we're having questions about this. The franchise was successful up until that point. There was no reason to question that this thing would be successful. But at the time, the leader was surrounded by people who were always saying yes, and they were living in the glory of their success, going on to their fourth project, and now they're delivering this deadline for a demo, and I think they just took it for granted. We've already had success before. We're gonna have it again. We've done this 3 or 4 times already, so we're just gonna do this great thing. One of the directions from another team was asked to weigh in, and I wasn't there. I only heard the story, and the director walked in the room full of these people. He picked up the controller, and he said to everyone, this game sucks. Wow, okay. That is brutal honesty. So, you know, Could be good, could be bad. Probably if it's brutal honesty, it's fine. You know, make it better. That's true. Baton Count explained that this left the entire room in shock. The project director, previously Amy Hennig, was angry, and when someone working on the game outed the comments as rude, the other director responded, "No, but the game sucks. There's no objective. It's hard to follow what's going on. The controls are clunky. This isn't like you guys. This isn't what we delivered in the past in the meeting." People walked out of there really upset. This director, I'm surprised he had the gall to say something like that. Things didn't stop there, though. Revealed that higher-ups looked at the project, and at first they were continuing the game's development and would ignore the naysay. But then he added that corporate took things further. Holy shit, what was going on in Naughty Dog with Uncharted 4? I wish we would know the full story why Amy Hennig left, but I think we know why. You guys are in trouble. We're going to pull funding from this if you guys don't fix this. As a result, the director of that project was pulled away, even though they had been successful, and the naysayer, along with 2 others, were put in to help fix it. And then game had to be redone. Then 2.5 to 3 years later, so 5 to 6 years total production, the game became a success. Now, Uncharted 4 is never referenced at any point in the story. However, based on the events and the timeline, it's clear that the game's is Uncharted 4. During time of Naughty Dog, the only series to get a 4th main entry in Uncharted. Crash Team Racing, Naughty Dog, Jack X, release. Everything clearly points out Uncharted 4 being the game, and it's unbelievable to think that Uncharted 4 was going to be shelved at one point. So who said this sucked? Because I'm kind of confused in this one here. I only heard that story that a director walked in the room full of these people. He picked up the controller and he said to everyone, "This game sucks." Was it Neil Druckmann? Was it Neil Druckmann? One of the directors from another team was asked to weigh in. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Neil Druckmann. I wouldn't be surprised. And this is why Neil Druckmann and Amy Hennig had a crash out where they had problems together. And she left, and Neil had to take over the mantle. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Uncharted 4 was the last game no one wanted more. It does not need a continue, and 4 was a mixed bag for people. The spin-off, it's well, but Naughty Dog continues to make slop. Not sure how 5 can come soon. I mean, this gen is done. These games all feel like things of a time gone that no one cares about, thanks to how bad these companies and devs have gotten, catering to old, mentally stunned 40-year-olds and their egos and want for control. So this was just one person that replied on Insider Gaming. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So it's sort of making more sense that Amy Hennig was pushed out. It doesn't mean the game sucked, and everyone was surprised why it sucked, and this, which was brutally honest for Neil, but why did it suck and why everyone had to switch it up? Interesting. Could have been Neil. They didn't want to say who it was. I think this is one of the reasons why there was problems. Interesting. Very interesting with that one. But we have more with Naughty Dog. I don't know if this is true or not. Take this with a grain of salt, guys. But Last of Us creator reportedly said Ellie isn't the only immune person. Wait.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Wait. So we have more immune people coming in Last of Us? This could be true, but again, take this with a grain of salt. Could be true. Doesn't mean it is true. The Last of Us Part 3 could explore a colony of immune people. So the whole story, so Joel was right. Joel was right all along that there are others out there that are like her, and he risked his life to save her in Last of Us 1. So Joel was right. Joel was right again. We're not going to read this whole thing, but pretty much I wouldn't be surprised if they course correct and do this. Again, it just ruins the feeling of Ellie being special now. Ellie's not special anymore. I don't think she never was really special, to be honest, but it ruins the feeling of Ellie being special. And then there's another one here that Troy Baker feels we haven't seen the last of Joel yet. What the hell? Did Joel survive? Is he gonna come into like he's gonna be he's gonna be in crutches and he's gonna come through a seat and taller the seat and he's gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm still kicking, I'm living." Like, what the fuck? Troy Baker says he have not seen the last of Joel from Last of Us. Troy Baker brought Joel to life in Last of Us. Troy Baker wants to see more of the Last of Us Joel. So spin-off, prequel, flashbacks, any of that could be another thing for Joel to come back. I think it's already too late. Whatever they did with Uncharted 2, I don't think you can fix that. If they fix it, it just piss off people that like that story. And if you don't fix it, it still piss off the people that you did kill him off. So I don't know. I don't know about this, guys. This is why I said Last of Us 1 should have been the last game. They should have made no more Last of Us after that. It should have been one and done. But yeah, that's what it is. So there you go with Uncharted and Last of Us. Did not know about Uncharted, but Last of Us, not surprised. Not surprised at all about that one. Okay. Let's get into this next one here real quick. Let's see. Oh, check this out, guys. I just want to let you guys know real quick. So I'm on Kyber. These are the Kyber servers in Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2 custom servers. They just released this post recently. Spread the word. Battlefront Resurgence 2026 begins in May. Star Wars Battlefront 2 adds new multiplayer content in 2026 on PC for free with Battlefront Plus. Requirement for Battlefront Resurgence 2026 begins today. Tell your squad and favorite streamers the galaxy far, far away needs reinforcements in PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Kyber. So there you go, guys. More things. The custom fan-made servers for Star Wars Battlefront 2 is still kicking, and they're updating more for it. Just letting you guys know real quick about that. There you go. Pretty awesome to see. Let's see here. Okay. This one real quick. Where is it? I just lost it. We still have a lot to go through, but I don't know if I can go through all of these. Right here. This one by Pirate Nation. Sotoi Yoshida recently explained why he was removed as head of PlayStation Studios. He said Jim Ryan fired him because he didn't listen to him. Yeah, because Jim Ryan fucked PlayStation real hard. He recounted that Ryan had asked him to do some things he viewed as ridiculous, and he pushed back. Okay, so he stood up for his ground. Good. Yoshida, he was probably the last good, I would say pretty decent, not the best, but he was pretty decent for PlayStation. This happened in 2019 after Yoshida had spent over a decade leading Sony's first-party game development. Their professional relation dated back to the very first PlayStation. After the departure, Herman Holst stepped into the role leading first-party studios, while Yoshida shifted his future to PlayStation's indie game efforts. Yeah, he got the indie support style, so not a surprise. This is why PlayStation is a shit show now, because Ryan Johnson and now Holst don't know what they're doing. They're just making really bad efforts and gamers don't like. So Yoshida, even though he worked on a lot of games in the past and made a lot of the studios that we know today, he helped with a lot of those. So it makes sense why after 2019, Sony and PlayStation have been going downhill. It would make sense why. So I just want to bring that up because I guess Yoshida, he was there for a while, was like 12, 11 years, I think. And he did a lot. He did a lot of good things there too, and he helped a lot of the indie stuff. So, yeah. And I wish PlayStation would stop doing live service stuff all the time, and just live service is failing for them constantly, and just do AA games, indie and AA's. Give me more of like those medieval game that came out, or Crash Bandicoot. Like bring up the legacy characters from older games, bring them back, and do the AA style for these games. You don't have to make it like a AAA game. Just bring them back. Bring back the classics. That's all you have to do. When they were doing that, I thought that was a good start for PlayStation. They brought like Patapon, Parappa the Rapper. I think they were working on Twisted Metal, but they canceled that. Medieval came out, Crash Bandicoot. Like a lot of these came back, and then they just stopped. And now they're just IP broke right now. They don't know what they're doing with these IPs no more. They're trying to bring them back, try them not. They don't know what they're doing because everything has to be fucking live service, and it doesn't really need to. Just give us great experiences, great storytelling, great characters, great gameplay. It's not that hard. So you just got to have some creative minds in there, But yeah, there you go with that one. Okay. What we got here? Okay. Xbox. This is recent, and I don't think this is really changing much to Xbox to make me feel better. Pirate Nation posted this. Xbox CEO Asha Ashari has announced a price reduction for Game Pass Ultimate to improve affordability for players. The monthly price drops from $29.99 to $22.99. Future Call of Duty titles will no longer launch day one on Game Pass Ultimate. They will join the service approximately 1 year later. All current Call of Duty games remain available on the subscription. 1 year later will be too late. No one cares. Call of Duty is you must buy now. If you don't buy this one, you're going to be outdated because the next one's coming out next year. So it's an annual thing. And by then, it will make no sense to get Xbox Game Pass for just Call of Duty. Nope. Xbox says it will keep listening to players and evolving Game Pass to other better value. Xbox knows that Call of Duty brand is tarnished. It's starting to lower and lower each day. And this is why I think they took out Call of Duty out of there. They know it's starting to fluctuate down. I'm pretty sure. I've been saying for years, Call of Duty is such an overdone series that really needs to be gone for a while. It needs to really chill out, needs to stop, hold on, rethink everything and just do it and try to innovate, try to change, try to make it better. But it keeps coming out because new studios are doing it constantly, on and on, and it's starting to get stale. And Call of Duty fans still eat it up, buy it, but now they are questioning. I think now, hopefully, that why am I doing this? Why am I getting the new Call of Duty every year when nothing's changing? I'm still bitching about it like last time. So there you go. There you go. So yeah, monthly price drop. Really, it really doesn't really matter, the monthly price drop. I'm just telling you, it's a little bit better, but not by much, I would say. Not by much. Here you go. They're also trying to figure this out. Xbox is reportedly testing a new feature that allows players to build their own Game Pass subscriptions. This would enable users to choose the specific feature they want and remove the ones they do not use. This could potentially lower monthly costs and provide greater flexibility for games. This could be great too. This could be better. But see, Xbox is going to do what Xbox does. It's all about the money, and they are trying to change and course correct where they messed up, and they're trying to do something with it and trying to be flexible. But I think the damage has been done. I think people are moving away from Xbox Game Pass, and they found out that it is a scam. It doesn't work like Netflix or a movie you watch once. It's a game you're going to go back for months end, and they're going to grab your subscription service, and that's not the process. A live service model for gaming to pick and choose what you want is not the way, and more gamers are realizing that. Yes, it's good for just demoing and trying out games. I agree for that, but for a cheaper price. But if you love a game so much and you played it, you're playing it constantly, and then your subscription falls down, and you don't have enough money to pay for it or whatever, and you're just sick and tired of it, you're going to lose that game. You don't own that game. So it's better to maybe buy it after a while. It's good for demoing things out. I'm not saying that. But it's for long run, this is not financially reliable. I'm just saying that. So that is Xbox for you guys with the Xbox Game Pass. Trying to be flexible, trying to change its pricing, making pricing go down. Call of Duty, getting out of Xbox Game Pass. So there you go. There you go with that. Okay, so what do we have? Because we have so much still to go through here. Let's see. Let's talk about this leak real quick. So this is by Surkov, and this guy, I think, or this person, found data mined Resident Evil 9 Requiem, and he found some interesting tracks that were not used in the story mode. And this is what's going on. I was digging through Resident Evil Requiem files and found something that could be related to future extra mode / Mercenaries. Here's some of the tracks I found. We're not going to listen to them, but I just wanted to bring this up real quick. So, remember I said a few months ago, and the director came, and he said, yeah, on May, we're getting an extra mini game mode, whatever, and then there's DLC planned for big story stuff later down the line. And I was like, I hope it's a Mercenaries mode. Most people thought it was a Mercenaries mode because that would be the best thing to do, especially how good, how the combat feels in the game, especially when you're playing with Leon. It feels good. So a Mercenaries mode would be the best thing to do. Now, I was speculating it could be like Force Survivor, Hunk Survive somehow, or you can have some sort of other mode, like a raid mode, like in Revelations 2, something like that. But Mercenaries would be the best thing. And a lot of the tracks I did listen to do feel like mercenary style music. A lot like techno beats, a lot of upbeats to it. Now, could it be crazy amount of mercenary characters in there or only from Requiem? I would love to have more than just the Requiem characters, to be honest. Since it's the 30th anniversary, why not put a bunch of different characters? Like, you know what Reverse did? Get a lot of those characters in this, in Mercenaries. Just get everyone in Reverse and put it in this. Straight up. Just do it. Because I think it would make sense for an anniversary like this to bring all these characters back. In just Mercenaries. Not in the story, just Mercenaries. Now, you could put also people in the story. There's rumors of Ada, Jill, or Claire coming in the DLC, and Leon having his own DLC, or Alyssa. There's a lot of stuff like that going on. A lot of leaks here and there, rumors. Again, take this with a grain of salt like a lot of other things. Yeah, so if this is Mercenary, if this is true, heck yeah, I really need a Mercenaries. Mercenaries is so good. I love Mercenaries. Just wrecking zombies and getting high scores. It's satisfying and fun. So, yeah, I would love to see it. If it's not Mercenaries and some sort of other game mode, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. But Mercenaries is always a good time. You never go wrong with Mercenaries. So, just telling you about that, guys, real quick. Resident Evil stuff. Okay. I think we're ready for the other topics, even though I still have some here. There's no time. Okay, let's talk about Street Fighter, and then we'll talk about Pragmata. So, because of the leaks coming out for Season 4, Capcom, or Street Fighter 6, are like, we gotta release the trailer for Ingrid right now. This is just in my head. This is not what they said. This is just what I thought, real quick. But it's funny that this is true. So Ingrid, the international woman of mystery, will bring her sunlight to Street Fighter 6 on May 28th. Don't stare directly at her face, or she'll blind you with her projectiles. I thought her face, but before teleporting right in your face. There you go, right in your face. So I watched it. She looks insane. She feels like she shouldn't be part of this world. Not gonna lie. She feels like she would be like a Marvel versus Capcom character, or I don't know, some sort of other game, because she looks insane. They did crazy work with Ingrid. Crazy work. Very impressive.
What am I? I am many things. An extra-dimensional being, a peacekeeper, a guardian angel, a code holder. Call me what you wish. It's me, Ingrid!
Yo, Illuminati confirmed? Illuminati confirmed with the eye thing? That's crazy.
Greeting!
Is Illuminati coming back with Gil? No way. No way. That's crazy. Yo, this looks like shit on X Twitter. This looks horrible. This looks so bad. But I think because there's so much shit going on the screen, I'm just going to cut to it. So, yeah, Ingrid is insane. Yeah, we can't watch this. I don't know why. X is just so shitty right now. But yeah, she's coming out. She looks insane. Her second style is her classic style, which that's probably the best style. But her moveset is insane. Projectile. She's all sun rays, sunrise, sunlight character. A lot of things going on. She feels like a mystical character, like a woman from the past that is very, I don't know how to say, like a mystic, like almost like an alien kind of type of character. Very interesting style for her. Instead of bringing back classic characters that our players want to see again, Capcom brings this. One of the worst fighting game characters I've ever seen in my life. That's a shitty character. Yes, I think it was one of the worst ones. Whatever Street Fighter game she's in, I don't know if it's canon anymore, but I feel like they worked her a lot more and looks a bit better. But I could be wrong. Some people might say her animations are so good. She got a mega budget. She's awesome. Also, costume too, much better. I agree. There you go, Illuminati. I had to put the Illuminati in there, and they had to through Street Fighter 6. Too popular. There you go. Illuminati confirmed, guys. More of it. Look, Ingrid, Dominate expansion goes crazy. There you go. So, yeah, Ingrid is crazy in this game. I will definitely check her out and play her when she comes out, for sure. Something interesting, because this might be true again. Take this with a grain of salt, guys. Like I say, this is a leak / rumor. Doesn't mean it's going to be real or not, but more likely we can still speculate on it. So I saw this come up, and a lot of people were passing this around, and this one's by Moonsault Slayer, and this one said Street Fighter 6 Year 4 DLC leaked and will feature Vega, Hagar, Mike Hagar from Final Fight. Am I right? Final Fight? I think so. And Gouken and Tifa for Final Fantasy VII. The information comes from the person who previously said Terry, Elena, and Bison were coming to Street Fighter 6. Interesting. Okay. So I had to clip this, and I said, pretty interesting if true. I would think Tifa would have been a better pick in Tekken or Dead or Alive. I agree. I still agree. I think Tifa would fit better in that world. But this is why Tifa would make more sense now in Street Fighter than she would ever have done in Tekken or Dead or Alive. Because Dead or Alive is coming back, trying to come back with Dead or Alive 7 or whatever. And Tekken is not in a good shape right now. Tekken 8 really with the game. There's not really hype for it. There's not really much anything for Tekken at the moment, even though it started strong, but it's starting to dwindle. So is Street Fighter, but Street Fighter is still top dog right now. I'm just saying. It would make sense. It would make sense because Street Fighter 6 is the more popular fighter at the moment. And the big anniversary for Final Fantasy VII is coming up, which is the 30th anniversary. It's coming up next year. But the other fighters are overwhelming. And I agree. I know some people saying this is a really good roster, and I saw people, I'm kind of upset and happy about this roster. Like, they're almost mixed. I think this roster is insane because of Tifa. First of all, I think Tifa is leading this roster, like full on doing it. So I agree with my, I think I saw an image here someone posted. Look, this is the image. It's crazy. Someone already did this with AI or fan made. So this is interesting. Okay, Vega is a given. There was many leaks before about Vega coming out and the new movies coming out, and Vega's in that new movie for Street Fighter as well. And Vega's a given because a lot of Shadowloo people, again, the voiceovers, if you did the M. Bison story, Vega's in there and Balrog. So they will be coming out eventually. So Vega is a given. Gouken, I'm kind of confused. If I'm correct, I'm not sure. Is Gouken like gone in the series? Because in Street Fighter 4 he was playable, right? And then he was just gone. Isn't he like done for? Isn't he like so old or whatever? He passed away. Akuma like defeated him or something happened to Gouken. I just don't remember, but I feel like another Shoto. I don't know about this one, guys. Another Shoto, like, really? Do we need that another Shoto? I don't know. I could be wrong, though. And then Mike Hagar, another kind of Zangief sort of clone. Mike Hagar has never joined Street Fighter, but Marvel vs. Capcom, he's been appeared. It would be interesting. Again, isn't Mike Hagar in the story? Isn't he gone too? Like, a lot of these characters are gone. So how are they bringing them back? Why am I even questioning about it? Somehow M. Bison has returned. So, again, cool Mike Hagar. A lot of people are fans of Mike Hagar. They like it from Final Fight. They could do an interesting style of fighting, more of a faster Zangief, I guess they could do him with. Pile driver, maybe bring back the beat 'em up system from Final Fight with maybe the pipe or something. I don't know, something to use. I don't know what they could do with Mike Hagar, but they could freshen it up, like we just saw, which we couldn't see the whole thing, but with Ingrid, they freshened her up a bit. And then Tifa. Tifa is a given in any fighting game, but I did not think she would be in Street Fighter 6. I would think she would be in Tekken and Dead or Alive. Like I said, it's just a weird character. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's so weird, but Tifa is the most interesting one. If we get Summer Games Fest, of course, we're going to see all 4 of these characters, if it's all of these, and we will see for ourselves. The internet's going to break when Tifa comes to Street Fighter. Tifa is going to make money for Street Fighter easily. Easily. Dude, Tifa is going to make so much money for Capcom with Street Fighter. You're going to see so many new players playing just because Tifa's in it. It's insane. People will actually pick it up. I swear. I'm not even joking. It's going to be that big. Like, you thought Terry and Mai coming to Street Fighter 6 was big? No, when Tifa comes in, you're going to bring the house. So this would be the best. And Square Enix knows. They're looking at all these fighting games, and they're looking at which is the top fighter at the moment and what they can promote, Final Fantasy VII, remake, or I like to say reimagining story, the games. So why not put in a fighting game with Tifa in it? She's a fighter. It would make sense, right? And, you could have Cloud and Sephiroth if they ever bring back Soul Calibur. Why not? So this possibility is more likely than ever now. At first, I thought this was a joke. Straight up, I thought this was a joke. I didn't think this at all. But more I think about it, this might be real. This might be real, guys. I don't know about you, but it might be real. It might be actually really happening, guys. Final Fantasy VII in Street Fighter is insane. Is actually insane to see. Here's Mugen Lord. He said the same thing. Interesting if true, but I've been asking for Tifa to be in Dead or Alive for years. Hopefully we get her in Dead or Alive 7. I still agree. We should still get her in Dead or Alive 7. To be honest, this supposed leak for Season 4 is ass despite Tifa being in it. Yeah, I don't think it's ass. It's just underwhelming. What I said, overwhelming or underwhelming? Did I say overwhelming by accident? I should have said underwhelming. I did underwhelming. Okay, I said underwhelming. Good. I was like, did I say overwhelming or underwhelming? Yeah, it's underwhelming, I think, personally. Personally, I think it's underwhelming. Vega is a given. Okay, whatever. Hopefully they do something new with Vega because Sagat was really good. And this season in general, the character I wanted most was Sea Viper, and she turned out to be the least most interesting. Sagat has played the best he's ever played in this season. And then Alex was played really good too. And now we're getting Ingrid, which is also interesting. Sea Viper, her design didn't look as good. I like her old style more. It's just something about Sea Viper. Like, she's fun and all, but like, she was probably the weakest from the 3 or from the 4. So, I don't know. I don't know about that one, guys. With this one, it's just, I don't know. I was thinking maybe Sakura or Dudley. Like a lot of characters that I would like. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's my own opinion about which characters I like personally. Like Dudley, Sakura. I don't know. What another character would be good? I'm trying to think right now. I don't even know. There's a couple of characters I like. If you gave me a list of different characters that I want to see back. But yeah. The only female fighter would be Tifa. Interesting. Vega's kind of fabulous. He's kind of a fabulous character. So he's still a dude though, but he's fabulous. Goken and then Hagar, two buff dudes. Goken's an older one, but another Shoto. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one, guys. I don't hate it, but it is a little underwhelming for me, personally. It just is. I don't hate it, though. I don't hate it, but Tifa is definitely the plus, I would say. I didn't like it at first, but I thought about it, I'm like, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense now. So, there you go. Street Fighter. Hope you guys like the thumbnail for surprise Tifa. Tifa's joining the battle in Street Fighter 6. So dumb. So dumb, guys. Okay. How are we going to do this? Now we got Pragmata for the last one, guys. So, I don't know where to start with this, guys, with Pragmata. I really don't know where to start. Let's start with this first. So, guys, Pragmata is out. It's been almost like a week now since Pragmata came out. And Pragmata is doing crazy numbers at the moment for a new AAA IP that you don't see that much anymore, guys. It's doing good numbers here. Pragmata sells 1 million units in just 2 days. Capcom's new sci-fi hit defies expectations. So it's doing really well. People are enjoying this game. People are not hating on it at all. It seems like it's good. I haven't seen anything bad about the game. And I know people are saying all I hear is the controversy about it, about this and that, about just dumb shit online, mostly from Reddit. Reddit is a cesspool, and that is actually the problem right now with that. But this game in general, people that are just playing it and are normal human beings and normally just want to play a good game, they love the game. People are liking this game, and I'm not surprised. I played the demo. I never played. I haven't played the full game myself, so I can't give you much opinion about the game. Besides, I played the demo. I enjoyed the game, what I played, so I liked it. It's different. It's fresh. It feels like an old game, but it's fresh and new in style-wise and everything. And it's like people are not talking about the game in a way that they want to on media. It's more like, how is the game? How is it play? Is the gameplay fun? How is everyone doing? How is the graphics? How is it optimized? Everything seems good, but we have all these problems in general, just cultural war bullshit on both sides of the aisle here, guys. Both sides are messing it up. So we got here another one. Pragmata is making gamers want to start families. Capcom sci-fi hit sparks emotional baby fever. So it seems like there's theories out there, I read online, that Capcom put this out because the Japanese, birth rate is low. So they put this very humble, just fun story. Like, it has some AI elements to it too that is very talked about even today. But it's just how would I say it? I guess a dad daughter relationship, but not really his dad. It's more of like an adopted android that, he's learning. The android's learning from him, and he's learning for her. And it's more of just a protective male figure, I would say, to this android that's very small and tiny and needs help. And she looks like a female. That's all it is. And, people are going off on this. Why is that a problem? And people are looking into it way too much, way too hard. It's not that deep. It's just a sort of like a father figure, but not even really a father, because I see a lot of posts that was like, this is a dad space game, or not Dead Space, but dad space game. And yeah, I guess you're taking care of the android in some areas, but the android is also helping you out. So it's not a mission where you have to take someone and bring them here in the story, kind of, but it's more of like you're working together, except one is more of a tiny robot and has like child emotions and child it plays like a child almost, while the guy is trying to just figure out what happened to his crew, what is going on. He lost his crew, and he's not going to tell the android because he feels like the android would have some problems and would ask questions. So he'd rather just go with the android and try to find out what is happening to this area they are on the moon. That's the whole premise of the game itself. That's all it is. And she's just there. We don't know really much. I haven't played the game. I don't know what the ending is or anything. Like, I only played the demo, and I played a little bit of it, and I liked it. That's all I know from it, But yeah, people are talking about this. If Capcom goal Pragmata was to make everyone who plays this game want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like having a daughter. So she's so cute. You have all these posts going on. I'm already 4 hours in Pragmata, and I'm already falling in love with this game, especially the father aspect of it. Makes you want to have a family. It's good. It's nice to see this. It's a little different because we never have this besides like games that have father figures that had mistakes in the past, like, Joel and Ellie or Kratos and Atreus. Like, there's dads that have problems in the past and they're trying to put it into their new world with, their new son or daughter aspect. It's like people are getting mad for this reason only. Not even Hugh in general, it's Diana. And it's like actually disgusting what they look at Diana is. And if you like this game, they call you all sort of ists and phobes. If you like this game, they're canceling on Reddit. If you say anything positive about this game, they literally take your post down. It's actually disgusting. And if you like this game, they call you a pedo, straight up. They just call you a pedo if you like this game because the little girl's in it. A not real person, and second of all, an android. Bruh. Of course, there's going to be some weirdos online. Of course, there's going to be those people, but they don't actually put it on the internet what they're actually, playing or doing. Of course, there's going to be some weirdos out there. We know. But these people are just almost reporting themselves. Like, the first thing you think about with Diana is that you want to do some weird things to her. You are fucked up in the head. Straight up, you are fucked. Why are we even talking about this situation right now? What is even the purpose of it? Can we just talk about the game? No, we got to talk about this because this is where the gross fetish of these weirdos out here on Reddit and everywhere else I see. It doesn't matter. And they're okay with Leon S. Kennedy. One guy's on prep because his pants are down constantly on Kotaku. But they have no problem with Leon being so hot. But they have a problem with a little girl in a game that the guy is trying to take care of, the android girl, just to escape together and have a great life, is almost like they're helping each other out. I see no problem in this, but you guys have to make it always weird and gross. You have to. Why is the first thing? You never had this problem when it was Last of Us. You never had this problem with God of War. You never had this problem with many other games. BioShock. You never had these problems with this game. Why is it a problem? I know why it's a problem. Because it's a Japanese game. And Japanese games are doing better than Western games. All of the games I just said before were all Western games. They have no problem with those. They have a problem because this is a Japanese game. Straight up. That's all it is. People are posting how great it is. Makes them want to have a family and stuff. According to the fan theory, Capcom Pragmata is a secretly Japanese clever plan to fight the birth rate crisis. You play as a space suit wearing space dad, protecting cute little Diana. The wholesome father-daughter bond is so touching that many players say the game is actually something good. There you go. There you go. So people are liking this game. But there's a couple of weirdos out here. Every post you go to that has stuff. I love Pragmata. It's so good. It's like, we need to check your files because you might be a pedo. Like, what? You're a PDF file. I hate using even the word PDF file anymore because there's actually PDF files that you have to download or anything. But now it's considered like, pedos, which is stupid too. That's the more friendly way, I guess, but it's stupid. But yeah, so people are loving it. There's also a review here. Pragmata, I didn't expect it to be this good. Let's read a little bit about it. Capcom surprised everyone, or mostly everyone, with Pragmata, including me. If you had told me Pragmata has a AAA game that would knock it out of the park, I would have laughed. Lately, the history of AAA games have been disappointing, from the failures of games like Dragon Age of Veilguard, Assassin's Creed Shadows, to the recent Capcom games, Monster Hunter Wilds, Kusugami, and some of the Resident Evil remakes. I was very skeptical. That said, I was extremely pleasantly surprised by Pragmata, and I cannot recommend this game enough. The story. The game follows a lone astronaut, Hugh, and a Pragmata robot, Diana. Because Diana is a Pragmata robot, she can hack into systems and help Hugh. The game starts with Hugh finding himself alone after all other humans are eliminated by the accidents. Now Hugh has to restore order and send a message to Earth. When Hugh first encounters Diana, he believes she is actually a child. It is only then he gets attacked that Diana tells him she can help. Through the story, Hugh and Diana interact with the moon base and try to restore it to full functionality. Overall, Hugh and Diana make Pragmata a very heartwarming game. Their conversations, quips, and leave you laughing. Simply put, Pragmata is not just another sci-fi game. Gameplay. The gameplay in Pragmata is very easy to master. You hack a droid with Diana, and Hugh goes most of the damage. The hacking display system on the right side of the screen makes it way too easy to know what buttons to press just because of its location. It will allow you X on the left and Y. Yes, we know the hacking system in this game It's on the side of the right, and you do the puzzle while stuff is moving, and you have to. So you're using two sides of your brain kind of style. We understand that. Graphics. The graphics in Pragmata are nothing short of stunning, easily standing among the best visual showcase. Built on Capcom's powerful RE engine, this game pushes visual fidelity with advanced lighting techniques, including ray tracing and other path tracing, creature environments, and all that. Artistic design blends easily and makes you remember other sci-fi games fondly, like Mass Effect and Dragon Age Inquisition. That's awesome. Yeah, it does give me Mass Effect vibes in some areas, but it still gives me Japanese vibes. It's just with this picture with the cat ears and the little cat suit. It's still Japanesey. Does it have the nostalgia factor of the older sci-fi games? Yes, it is completely different. 100% yes. The game not only builds on the sci-fi vibes of their older amazing games, but also makes them even better. Overall score, my overall score for Pragmata is 9 out of 10. And this is by Geeks and Gamers. So, see, nothing. This is how you make a review. Just straight up telling you what you liked and what you didn't like. But most of it, it was a good thing because 9 out of 10. You know? It could be a 10 out of 10. It could be a 9 out of 10. It's just, that's it. Nothing controversial about it. You know? It's just people on Reddit and people that are just posting. I feel like it's just rage bait, to be honest. And that's all it is. You know, with these. That's a good review, right? Good review, good little thing about it. But we have the gamer. If you know, you saw what I did there, guys. You saw what I did there. The gamer. You heard what I said? Yeah. Holy shit! As this article, that's a little bit uncomfortable, and these people really need to be checked. I'm just saying. Gaming cannot allow Pragmata's Diana fan club to flourish. What a weird take. Really weird. And this person that's writing this article, this Stacy Henley, is a they, them, is a biological man LARPing as a woman, if you want to say that, a transgender. And let's see what he has to say. I don't really mind people finding video game characters attractive. Okay. Yeah, okay. If I did mind it, would be hypercritical. Do people get weird about it and take it too far sometimes? Absolutely. But then that's the same for pop stars, actors, cartoon characters, and just real life people that we find attractive. It just happens. You could argue that weird attitudes toward characters are more frequent in video games, but the might just be that you have a greater interest in video games, I assume, unless you stumbled here from the pop star, and therefore see more of it. You could also argue it tends to be a bigger deal in video games, where the culture war is incest and where the fictional hyper-designed nature of characters models tend to seen as a win or a lose for each side of their entirely image divide. But if only matters as much as you care about. I, a woke video game journalist, well, she's at least broad honest right there. She's a woke journalist. Okay. Humbly declare that Eve from Stellar Blade is hot. Okay, we did not disagree with that one. This is commonly agreed upon, yet often fought over. I'm still not sure why. Because you guys were attacking Stellar Blade for years of how hot Eve was and all that. And get this bullshit out of here. Now, we feel for you guys. Dude, everyone said Eve looked like a hottie. Everyone said she was fine. She was cool looking. She was a badass. And she looked hot. That's it. And then people thought because of that, you're an incest, you're whatever for liking Eve. Remember all the articles about that? That was such a bunch of bullshit. It's like, bro, yeah, now you're agreeing that she's hot. Welcome to what people have been saying on the internet for years about Stellar Blade. Wow. Okay. The issue becomes when this is primarily reason for playing. No, people don't play games to goon all the time. Are you retarded? People don't play games to goon. I can't say it. Which quickly becomes a toxic tar pit wherein you start to convince yourself, and you're convinced by my immediately like-minded surrounding that this is the only reason games should exist. This is, I suppose, is why we fight over Stellar Blade. I might say the game is a little shallow, that Eve lacks personality, that the mix of gun and melee combat doesn't work for the more epic bosses in attempts to serve up. But this would be received by some as merely making execute the cover and whatever beautiful ladies. Because you're a dude. That's why you like Eve. It's all a bit silly when it's framed like that, but it becomes more serious when there's sorts of attitude preventing popular gaming discourse. These conversations, often by design, make the community a less welcome place for those who don't think the sole and primary purpose of video games is to serve up hot women. And it becomes more serious still in the case of Pragmata. This article is uncomfortable. It's kind of making me uncomfortable how weird this is, you know? But we have to push through, guys. We have to. We need to see the most disgusting part of the internet, too, here. It's pretty bad. The response to Pragmata, Diana can't be normalized. She is normal. What are you talking about? In a run-up to its release, Reddit banned Pragmata subreddit because of its content. Even for gaming communities, they're infamous toxic. This is a rare oversea. Pragmata has shut down due to Reddit rate for which refers to sexual explicit content of minors. Yikes. Pragmata Star. Yikes. Holy shit, dude. Pragmata Star is a childlike android Diana who was the focus of this explicit content. This is not an isolated case. Either one of the moderators of the main Pragmata mod stepped down because they were sick of all this disgusting shit, while the community at large formed a Pragmata specifically founded Escape the Diana content that has become ramped on the main subreddit. I'm telling you, this is all came from Reddit, and it just blended into everything else. It's absolutely disgusting. The Blue Skies, the Reddits, the Tumblrs, there's so much weirdos. I swear, all the furries, all the I don't know what. It's all the weird shit. I'm telling you, all these weirdos. Not normal. Reddit is far from the only place you see people sexualizing Diana. Steam formerly are full of open discussions of her attractiveness. Dude, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that, including but not limited matter over her feet and wishing for mods that allow players. Oh my god, this is disgusting. Disgusting. Diana is barefoot. Yeah. Okay. We got the picture. Stock Pragmata goes beyond the culture war. Here we go. There was a similar sort of cheap discussion over Stellar Blade, blah, blah, blah. Stellar Blade's so much more different, dude. Stellar Blade there was nothing to discuss about with this. all the media platforms, all the feminists out there did not like Stellar Blade because they were like, oh, this is not real proportions of a woman. And then they scanned the real woman in the game, and then they shut up about it. So because it was real. And they're like, well, then you're just gooning to it. It's like, yeah, but you can goon to Leon Kennedy and Resident Evil Requiem, right? That's okay, right? Those are adults. Dude. And they're not real, first of all. They're not real people. So stop gooning, first of all. Who gives up two fucks? If you want to goon, you can goon. You could do it your own. But keep it to yourself, please. Please. We don't want to know about that shit. There was a similar sort of cheap discussion over Stellar Blade, blah, blah, blah. Baldur's Gate 3, you know, with the weird shit you can do in that too. But all this, the entire culture war, everyone is beautiful and no one is horny, is a far more intelligent discussion about how we approach and reset the modern media. There is a battle between those who wish to over-sanitize media, considering sex scenes to hold no narrative weight, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fiction not. I have not yet played Pragmata.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
I have not played Pragmata. Then why do you have this opinion? Then why even write this article? You're just writing the article to start shit. Rage bait. Straight up rage bait. We found it. We found the rage bait right here. We found it.
Oh, my God.
And that's because I'm a little tapped out on stories where men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them. Bruh. These are good men that protect their kid. Dude, how many times in my lifetime I've had kids around me, and there were times where I saw them, they needed help. I went and rushed in and helped them. How many times? I used to work as a server, as a waiter. And there was this kid one time. I'll tell you this story. There was this kid one time, and it was just, I think, a mother and another woman, and the kid was in its crib. It was in its, it was one of those seats where you put, I forgot what they're called, one of those booster seats. And they put the kid in there, which I thought the kid was a little too young to be in those, but whatever. Apparently, they were screaming, and there were problems because the kid was stuck in the booster seat. I shit you not. And the kid was stuck in there, and I felt so bad for the kid. They were like, oh, we need to call someone. We need help. We need help. There was no man anywhere around. So you know what I did? As a man, I went in there, and I helped the kid, and I see what I can do to pull her out. Because the kid was stuck. The kid was stuck. He was stuck in a different direction. His body was pulled in one direction. He was twisted. And I got some grease. I greased it up. So, you know, he could get out. It was faster. Got some grease. Greased it up, the area around it. And I pulled the kid out. And I didn't get a thank you or anything from that mother or whoever was taking care of it. Nothing. I was just like, I felt bad for the kid. I did give two fucks about the parents at all. I just felt bad for the kid. So I wanted to help out as a normal human being would do. That's what I did. I don't care if it was a male or female. It doesn't matter about the sex. It was a little kid. And when little kids are helpless, you go and you try to help them out as much as you can. It's just a given. It's just an instinct. It's just an instinct that you have. And now my instinct every time was when I see a kid that is in pain or is something wrong, I come and help. That's just my instinct. Why the hell is this a problem for you? The masculinity of protecting them. Bruh. This is a horrible take. This is a shitty ass take. There's many stories I can tell you that what happened, but yeah. I suppose it's marginally a better power fantasy than killing everybody with your awesome strength. But then The Last of Us makes it room for both anyway. If I play Pragmata and Capcom post-launch attitude towards the Diana fandom will be the major factor in this, it won't be because I found the child at the center of the game attractive. Bro, what is this? What is the sentence right here? Dude, major factor of this. It won't be because I find the child of this century of this game attractive.
Holy shit.
Dude, what is this? Of course you don't. Why do you even have to bring it up? Dude, it's so... Oh my gosh. I hope gaming can get back to a place where it is too much to hope that these people cease to exist. That at the very least, they don't get to be so proud of it without consequences. Bruh. Let's see these comments. This person's going to get roasted. This said a lot more about you than a devs. Freak, you haven't even played the game itself. You really are special. Oh my gosh. To write all this, then say, oh, I haven't played the game yet, sure is something. Respectfully, I'm not sure what I'm little tapped out on. Stories where men adopt daughters like figures and prove the masculinity by protecting them as to do this at all of all. As a woman, it's pissing me off to respectfully see them being criticized for simply enjoying something like Pragmata or being happy, especially since that part comes across as unfairly negative. Bruh, it's so true. Protecting children, whether they're your own or not, is basic human instinct, not something tied to proving masculinity. Women do the same thing. Framing it otherwise is unnecessary and misdirect. Stick to keeping the discussion focused on the game, but staying professional isn't whatever this is. I agree. Let's talk about that. Like, we read the Geeks and Gamers article. They just reviewed the game and they said what they said about the game and they said it was really good. Why? What is this article? What is this even about? As a woman that has played this game, I don't see problem with it. You're victim blaming the game for what a raw few people might do, and there's no proof they even played the game themselves. Maybe you should play the game. Adopt a Diana yourself and be the space dad you never knew you wanted to be. Because he's a dude. Women can absolutely feel empathy as male video game characters too. Yes, it makes me so happy to see another woman say something too. You're so 100% right in saying all of this. Bruh. Get roasted, dude. Get roasted. This is uncomfortable and so weird to read. This is as weird, or this is not cringe. This is just weird and disgusting. Now, the last one was weird with the prep. And Star Fox being gay, I understand why I'm gay now for Star Fox and all that. It's like, oh my gosh. Bisexual Bowser and all this. Like, fucking shit, dude. I'm Xing this off right now. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, dude. These people are insane. Even Pirate Nation here. The gamer gets community noted after they, them, he, him, author of the article didn't even play the game. There it is. Community noted. This author of the article hasn't even played the game per the article. Bruh. Trying to raise Japan Japan's birth rate. Somehow Westerners think this is a problem. A problem. Mother simulator, father simulator. There. Grace and Chloe, I think her name is. I forget. And then Diana and Hugh. Resident Evil Requiem, Pragmata. Yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go. They're doing a great job with that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Or heck yeah. Pretty good stuff. There's also problems right now. People are bitching about right here. So Words of Paradise also posted this after this, the Fandom Pulse. So what happened here is people found out Diana's voice actor, she's a black woman. And I guess that's a problem for some people, which I'm like, huh? Literally, huh? I don't give two shits. If your interpretation of the character and voice is good, I don't care about what sex or what race you are. I really don't care. So, Chibi Reviews reacts to a black woman, Grace Randolph, being the English dub voice actor to Pragmata Japanese character Diana. So yeah, people are reacting to it like, yeah. And then Words of Paradise said, the anime community usually throws a fit when races don't match voice actors, which is stupid. Doesn't make no sense. No one gives two shits. Oh, shut the fuck up, tourist. We anime fans complain when it's forced rage-based casting. In fact, it's the literally opposite of what you claim. Nobody cared when a woman played Naruto or Luffy. No one cared when any white person played a Japanese person. And frankly, until recently, there wasn't even very many black folks voicing characters in an anime at all. That was more of a Western animation thing. Now, thanks to that dumbass fat fuck, we have the entire Western voice acting world focused on looking at whatever through race rather that meant. Frankly, this gal did a fine job as Diana. Incredible, well acted. Especially seems like she got the job on merit, and that's exactly what really anime fans, real anime fans. Not that this is an anime, so why you even use the example is beyond me, or asking for. Can Fandom Pulse push these leftist tourist tactics and harder? Horseshoe theory is real. Horseshoe theory is real, boys. Yep, pretty much. Like, no one gives two fuck when in Japan Goku's voice is, an old lady or whatever, or Naruto's voice is a lady, or Luffy voice. I don't care about the sex. If you make a great voice actor, you can do any kind of voice. You could do a male voice, you could do a female voice. It doesn't matter. It's just, can you pull this voice out of this voice actor? And she did a wonderful job as Diana. I don't care if she's black or whatever, her race. That doesn't affect the voice acting, though. That's what I'm saying. Who gives two fucks? So there's also this point where people are like, I don't know. I think voice actors should look like their characters they look in that game or in that anime or in that whatever, that cartoon. Like, no one cares. No one cares. You got the role because you were the best fitted for the role and you had the best voice. Because the voice was really good. They liked the voice that you did. So, yeah. Again, dumb take from Fandom Pulse and a lot of these other people that are upset about that. Really dumb. Really, really dumb. But yeah, that's another one there for you all with Pragmata. I think that's pretty much it. Is there any other Pragmata stuff? No, I think that's it. We went through Pragmata, guys. It was a lot of shit to go through with Pragmata. I swear, the game is good. The game is very, very good. I can tell you that already. It's very good. And this makes people want to pick up the game even more now because of the backlash, or not even the backlash. These people, there's weirdos out here pushing that if you like this game, you're a pedo or ist or phobe, or if you like this and this. Like, no one gives two fucks no more. And this is why more people, it's like what I said, more people will actually play this game and might actually enjoy it. This is like the Hogwarts Legacy, but I feel like this is worse. And Hogwarts Legacy wasn't a big deal. This one is worse because it's two sides of both being dumb for a game that really doesn't need to be cultural anything. Just a regular game with no agenda to it. Just straight up, just a good story, a good gameplay, just a fun game with anything pushing anything in there. Straight up, just that's what it is. But, internet is going to do internet, and some of these people that are reporting that you are this and that, I don't know why that's your first instinct is thinking about that as your first, thought. Is actually, you need your head checked out, straight up. You need your head checked out. I don't understand what is this mindset at all. So, enough with Pragmata. Phew, I had to go through that because it would piss me off. These people piss me off in general, but maybe that's what their purpose is to rage bait. And after a while, I just calmed myself down. After reading the Gamer article, that kind of pissed me off. But after that, I calmed myself down and I said, this is not real. Real people don't act like this. These are just rage baiters, engagement farmers, straight up. Just straight up they are. So, yeah. All right, guys, that is it for me today. I hope you guys have a good one. Before you leave, remember to like, sub if you're new here. I appreciate a like and sub if you like what I just did and what I talked about today. I'll leave timestamps for you all and everything else. Have a good weekend, all. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll keep you guys posted when more live streams and videos come up. I'll let you guys know in there too, so you can get ready for all that when it comes, okay? So again, guys, let's get out of here. I hope you have a good one. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.
Are you not entertained?